Your mental health and your menstrual health are deeply connected. Understanding this relationship is the first step towards empowering yourself to navigate your cycle with greater ease and well being. By practicing self awareness, implementing lifestyle strategies, and not shying away from professional support when needed, you may significantly improve your mental health and, in turn, your experience with your menstrual cycle.
They been cramping my style all week. Craving chocolate trees, checking pants, checking seeds, sipping herbal tea, and fighting for menstrual equity. Sheesh, man, I kick Cramp's ass. 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 You're now tuned in to the Kick Cramp's Ass podcast with your host, Brittany Walker, advocating for menstrual equity, period poverty, and womb wellness. New episodes on Menstruation Mondays.
Welcome to the Kick Cramp's Ass podcast, where I'm your host, Brittany Walker, but I go by B. And today we are talking about something that is incredibly important, especially as we move through the month of May. Now, you see, May is menstruation month, but it's also mental health month, a time dedicated to raising awareness, reducing stigma, and encouraging everyone to prioritize their mental well-being. And on that note, today's episode is going to connect the two areas of health that are far more intertwined than many of us realize: our mental health and our menstrual cycle. So, have you ever wondered if your moods and your period are more connected than you think? Perhaps you experience heightened anxiety before your period or feel more easily overwhelmed during your cycle. You're not imagining it. So today we are deep diving into how your mental well-being can profoundly impact your menstrual cycle and critically what you can do to navigate these connections. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, you know we like to kick off each episode with the I am power statement. I representing inspiration, A representing affirmation, and M representing manifestation. And today's I am power statement is: my mental health is a priority, and I nurture it through every phase of my menstrual cycle. Ashe. Now, we also like to do the quote of the day. And today's is: your body hears everything your mind says. And that's by Naomi Judd. So, what does that mean? Your mental health has a direct effect on your other wellness components. So, your emotional wellness, your physical wellness, and your spiritual wellness. Now, whatever you keep bottled up, whether that's stress, anxiety, depression, eventually takes a toll on your womb wellness, therefore influencing unwanted symptoms or ailments related to your menstrual cycle. Hence, why it is essential to manage your mental health and disassociate yourself with factors that may burden you, overwhelm you, or impede your life. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick sip of our good old Cramp Elixir, which was our 2023 and 2024 bestseller. And we're going to cut to a commercial break, and we'll be right back with you. Have you tried our bestseller, the Cramp Elixir? It's our herbal tea blend designed to reduce and eliminate menstrual cramps, PMS symptoms, and other uterine health issues that are hindering your day-to-day progress. Our elixir may decrease inflammation, reduce stress and anxiety, regulate blood flow, balance your mood, and it can kick cramps' ass. It includes a variety of herbs including hibiscus, red raspberry leaf, calendula, motherwort, ashwagandha, plus more. Head over to kickcrampsass.org and grab yours today. Now, back to the show. Welcome back from that commercial break. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. So let's talk about understanding the connection between the mental health and your menstrual cycle. When we talk about mental health, we are encompassing our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, we feel, and how we actually act. And for those of us who menstruate, our mental health can play a significant role in the regularity, the severity, or even the pain levels of our periods. So think about it this way. Stress, anxiety, and even depression are just not feelings. They trigger our physiological responses in our bodies. Our brains, specifically the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal gland, are often referred to as the HPA axis, and they are responsible for managing our stress response. Now, when we are under chronic stress, this axis goes into overdrive, releasing hormones like cortisol. These stress hormones can directly interfere with the delicate balance of our reproductive hormones, estrogen and progesterone. So, what does this mean for our cycle? Well, chronic stress can lead to irregular periods, missed periods, which is amenorrhea, or even painful cramps, dysmenorrhea, which we talked about in previous episodes and we've even written about in our KCA magazine. So, we'll be sure to insert the link to these episodes and those articles in this description of this episode. Now, imagine experiencing a particularly stressful period at work or in your personal life. You might notice your period arriving late, or your usual premenstrual symptoms or your PMS symptoms feeling far more intense. So, similarly, if you are struggling with anxiety, those feelings can be amplified during your premenstrual phase, making irritability, mood swings, and fatigue even more pronounced. Now, the numbers don't lie, and we like to give you statistics to show you proof of everything that we discuss on this podcast. Now, let's look at some of the numbers because the statistics truly highlight the prevalence and the impact of the connection between your mental health and the menstrual cycle. While premenstrual syndrome, or PMS, affects a significant portion of menstruating individuals, the more severe form, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, or PMDD, is much more debilitating condition. And we have an episode that we did this season, which will drop the link of that in the description of the bio regarding PMDD. Now, individuals with a history of anxiety or depression are often more likely to experience severe PMS or PMDD. Now, the hormonal fluctuations throughout the menstrual cycle can act as a stressor, making it harder to regulate your emotions and cope with the existent mental health challenges that you may be experiencing. Now, the study from 2024 titled Cognition and Behavior Across the Menstrual Cycle in Individuals with Premenstrual Dysphoric Disorder, a systematic review, it stated that furthermore, upwards of 50% of menstruating individuals with other mood disorders will experience symptom fluctuations across the menstrual cycle or premenstrual symptom exacerbation. Now, an additional study from 2024 titled Mental Health Across the Menstrual Cycle and Polycystic Ovary Syndrome Insights and Implications posed the question whether there was an association with mental health and the menstrual cycle. Now, this theory was derived from previous studies, stating one in 2017, it was a cross-sectional study of 800 adolescent females. Self-reported menstrual cycle irregularity appeared to increase as frequency of reported mental health problems increase. Now, even after adjusting for multiple factors such as age and menarche or sleep duration, high levels of reported stress and depression were associated with increased risk of menstrual irregularities. A retrospective cohort study of 321 participants with hypoandrogenic PCOS had a higher incidence of depression and subsequently higher incidence of developing metabolic syndrome. So, as you guys can see, mental health is associated on different levels in different areas regarding your menstrual cycle. So, we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with you. Tired of clunky remote recordings? Level up with Riverside FM Pro. Get studio quality audio and video, effortless editing with powerful AI tools, and seamless live streaming and collaboration. Become a pro of Riverside.fm and unlock the full potential of your content. Sign up today and make your voice heard. Visit the link in the description of this episode to discover more. Now, back to the show. Welcome back from that commercial break. We hope that you enjoyed it. So let's get into regulating mental health related menstrual cycle symptoms. So, what can we do about it? The good news is there are so many strategies you can implement to help regulate these mental health related menstrual cycle symptoms. All right, guys. So, first, let's talk about lifestyle interventions. These are foundational, they're pivotal and critical in an effort for you to achieve optimal womb wellness. So, nutrition, first and foremost, we talk about nutrition all the time with us being a nutritionist. Now, fueling your body with a balanced, rich diet in seeded fruits, plant, protein, complex carbohydrates, water, a plethora of vitamins and minerals, herbs, nuts, seeds, healthy fats, so polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, these make a huge difference in your menstrual cycle. So try to limit excessive caffeine and sugar, which can worsen your moods and anxiety. Also, alcohol can contribute to a negative impact on your mental health. So these are things that we want to be aware of. So whatever you're putting in and on your body, the food that you eat, the beverages that you drink, or even the products that you use on your body, your soap, your shampoo, your toiletries, the menstrual hygiene products you're using, so your pads, your tampons, your period underwear, your disc, or even something as far as your deodorant, the moisturizer that you use on your body, medication that you may be taking. All of these factors can either positively impact or negatively impact your cycle and then your overall health and well-being. Now, another lifestyle intervention is your exercise. Having regular physical activity is a powerful mood booster and stress reducer. Even a brisk walk for 30 minutes a day can truly help. I always tell people a minimum of 20, but if you can get to a minimum of 30 minutes daily, walking around your neighborhood briskly, going for a hike, riding your bicycle, you can go swimming, you can go dancing, you can work out in the privacy of your home, pull up a YouTube, and then you can go ahead and head over to Pilates for Periods, our fitness and mindfulness program, to get some Pilates and yoga in. If you want to do HIIT training, there's so many different opportunities that you can do, whether at home, outside, going to a gym. If you feel like you need a workout buddy, a support partner, there are different opportunities for you. However, we always recommend to start off independently in the privacy of your own home so you could become more comfortable with doing certain moves, building your stamina, and just really having physical movement with your body daily. Another lifestyle intervention is sleep. Sleep is so important for the body. Your body needs time to rejuvenate, to replenish the energy, to keep going. So prioritizing a minimum of 7, possibly up to 9 hours of quality sleep is great. If you could do anything over 9, if you have a day off, if you have time to catch up and just get ample amount of sleep, that's great. But on average, 7 to 9 hours is ideal. Now, a consistent sleep schedule helps regulate your hormones and improves your ability to cope with stress. And then the last lifestyle intervention is stress management techniques. This may be the most crucial tip because mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, yoga, some things that we just mentioned with our fitness and mindfulness program, Pilates for Periods. In addition to yoga and Pilates, we have breath work and meditation opportunities for you as well. You can also journal or simply just spend time in nature can significantly reduce your stress levels. But you just need to find what works for you and make it a regular practice. There's so many different options you could do, whether you want to read, whether you feel like doing puzzles. Maybe it's just sitting in silence and having peace. Maybe you want some noise in the background that might resemble nature, maybe like sounds of the waterfalls or birds chirping, things of that sort. There are so many different things that you can do to try to figure out what works for you in relieving stress in your life. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and move forward to tracking your cycle to monitor mental health related symptoms. Tracking your cycle is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to help monitor your mental health related symptoms, because normally in those tracking apps, they give you the option to list your symptoms and other things you can be experiencing, also listing notes. So then you're able to monitor month over month what's going on with your mental health. It may be 6 or 7 months down the line, even 1 or 2 years down the line, you have some mental health problems come up. You can go back and start looking at your tracker to see any other times that you've had mental health issues and how those have impacted your cycle. And that way you can forecast for the future in helping regulate your menstrual health and along with regulating your mental health. Now, this is just not about knowing when your period is coming. It's about becoming an investigator of your own body. I'm going to repeat that one more time. It is about becoming an investigator of your own body. So by consistently tracking your mood, energy levels, sleep quality, physical symptoms like cramps or bloating, and even specific anxieties or stressors, you can identify the patterns. You might also notice that your anxiety spikes on day 23 of your cycle, or that your sleep becomes more disrupted in the week leading up to your period. So this information is invaluable for several reasons. One, it helps you to anticipate challenging times. Two, it helps you to communicate more effectively with healthcare providers if you want to go get an examination or you're having some concerns about your cycle. This information from your tracker will be beneficial for your healthcare provider in determining what's going on and seeking the best resolution for you. And then it also gives you, number three, a sense of control and predictability. There are many apps available, or you can simply use a journal or a calendar. If you have access to Apple products or iPhone, they have now a menstrual health tracker in the health app. And we also have the option where I'm going to drop the description for this episode on when we talked about tracking your cycles, different opportunities, different apps, and then also in our book, Kick Cramps Ass, there's a whole chapter. There is a whole chapter about tracking. And it's chapter 9, Follow the Drip. Follow the Drip is going to give you a plethora of information. And since we've released this book, which has been 2 years coming up in June, there are so many other apps that have come and that you can use for tracking, guys. So we just want to, and as you can see, we have options listed here. So much information and resources and tools out there to truly help you keep up with your menstrual cycle. All right, guys. Now let's move forward to general tips for managing and improving your mental health. Now, finally, let's broaden our scope and discuss some general tips for managing and improving your mental health, as these will undoubtedly have a positive ripple effect on your menstrual well-being. Build a strong support system. Do not underestimate the power of connecting with friends, families, or even joining a support group or multiple support groups. Sharing your experiences can be incredibly validating and reduce feelings of isolation. You also should practice mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, and Tai Chi can help calm your mind and reduce stress and increase self-awareness. We mentioned Pilates for periods earlier. Take a look at our fitness and mindfulness program to see if there are meditation and breathwork options for you that can help reduce your mental health issues. All right. Also practice gratitude. Regularly acknowledge the things that you are thankful for. This can help shift your perspective and promote a more positive outlook and help you just to be optimistic daily. Practice self-compassion. We often hold ourselves to impossibly high standards. Be kind to yourself during challenging times and understand that it is okay to have bad days and that you are doing your very best. Limit social media and news overload. While staying informed is super important, especially with what's going on in the United States and in the world globally, constant exposure to negativity can take a toll on your mental health. Be mindful of what you consume and consider taking breaks, even taking sabbaticals from social media. I will go on 2 cleanses each year. I take a full week from everything technology just to re-cleanse, to reconnect with nature, to regulate anything that's going on that might have my hormones off, that might have my mood off. Just me taking in so much information, it's just imperative for you just to take time just to breathe and kind of free yourself from all of that. All right, guys. Next, we recommend also to engage in hobbies and activities that you truly enjoy. Make time for things that bring you joy and help you to truly unwind from stressful moments. Whether it is reading, painting, gardening, or listening to music, these activities can boost your mood and reduce stress. One of our favorite things to do every day is to dance. I literally, after I do my affirmations, manifestations in the morning, I like to dance it out. Just release everything that gets your lymphatic drainage moving. It gives you like a form of dopamine. It makes you happy. It makes you excited. It helps you to move your body and embrace your femininity. And it just helps you to be free and just release what no longer serves you, or just to release any negativity that's kind of hovering around you. All right. So also, we recommend to take breaks and unwind. Schedule time for relaxation activities that you enjoy, such as listening to music, reading, spending time in nature, or engaging in your hobbies. Also, throughout the day, if you work from home, if you're an entrepreneur, if your schedule is not really set for you, you need to ensure that you are taking time, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes here and there, to make sure that you just breathe, even if it's just stepping away from your computer desk, going to go take a walk around the neighborhood, maybe walking up and down the stairs if you have some in your house, just taking time just to woosah. And in the famous words of Whitley Gilbert from our one of our favorite shows, A Different World, relax, relate, release. So next, we recommend to ask for help. Do not hesitate to reach out to trusted individuals when you need support. Now, this could be different from your support group, maybe not reaching out to specific friends and family, but strictly going to a professional, maybe a therapist, a counselor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, somebody that can help you with your mental health issues. Even a mentor or somebody that's been in your shoes before that can guide you along the process for you to become an even better you and take back control of your mental health. We also recommend set boundaries. Remove yourself from toxicity, distractions, or any people, places, or things that negatively impact you. We talk about that all of the time. We have discussed this in so many different episodes, and I cannot stress how imperative this recommendation is. It is needed for you to discover what's affecting your mental health. Are you people pleasing too much? Are you allowing too many people in your space that are not good for you, that are not assisting you with elevating and becoming your best self, but rather keeping you stagnant and stuck in a rut or a pessimistic mindset? All right, guys. And then lastly, do not hesitate to seek professional help. If you are consistently struggling with your mental health, or if your menstrual cycle symptoms are severely impacting your life, please reach out to your doctor, gynecologist, therapist, psychiatrist, nutritionist, or anybody that's on your health and wellness team. They can offer personalized advice, discuss treatment options like therapy, wellness plans, or hormonal balancing, and provide the support that you actually need. There's no shame in seeking help, and it's a sign of strength. I know that in certain cultures, in certain friend groups, it might be frowned upon for you to get therapy, but therapy is one of the best things that you can do. It gives you the opportunity to be completely free and talk to somebody that is unbiased, that can really help you through whether you have childhood trauma, issues from past relationships, you're dealing with problems at work, you don't know how to balance your life right now because you're feeling overwhelmed. There are so many different forms of therapy that can help you. We even have our own menstrual therapy that we offer here, that you sign up for a complimentary consultation. We go through the whole process, and then we discuss potential opportunities if you would like to move forward with the service. So we'll make sure that we put a link for the description of our menstrual therapy in this episode, where you can sign up for a free consultation and figure out what works best for your menstrual cycle. Now, remember, managing mental health is a personal journey, and what works for one person may not work for another. So be patient with yourself, experiment with different strategies, and do not be afraid to seek help if or when you are struggling. So, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with you. Periods got you down? Kick cramps to the curb with Pilates for periods. Our online program combines targeted Pilates, soothing yoga, calming meditation, and breathwork to help you manage your menstrual cycle naturally. Feel stronger, calmer, and more in control. Reclaim your comfort. Visit Pilates for Periods YouTube page linked in the description of this episode and start your journey to a more manageable cycle today. Now, back to the show. Welcome back from that commercial break. We hope that you enjoyed it. Now, we're going to discuss some news, announcements, and events. So, we have our resource center. Go on to our website to take advantage of this complimentary resource center that has a plethora of options for you. We have research, recipes, reports, yoga moves, exercise moves that are good for your cycle, womb terminology, wellness referrals, access to our archive blog, access to our magazine. So many different options that can help you improve your menstrual cycle. We also have Pilates for Periods, which we mentioned a couple of times during this episode already. Our fitness and mindfulness program, helping you with your yoga, your Pilates, meditating, breath work that can help improve your cycle. And that's very beneficial to your mental health and really all your wellness component, emotional, physical, spiritual, and your mental states. All right. We have our KCA, the magazine, our online publication, giving you articles and additional research to help you combat any menstrual problems that you may be experiencing. And we recommend for you to sign up for our newsletter on our website, where you will receive 15% off when you sign up to get access to our KCA store to spend on your first order. But then in that newsletter, we help you to keep up with all the news, resources, events, tips of what's going on with all things related to your menstrual cycle. All right, guys. Now we are still accepting listeners' mail, so feel free to comment on this episode and we'll give you a reply back. If you would like something more personal and intimate, feel free to contact us on our email at contact@kickcrampsass.org, which will be listed in the description of this episode. All right, guys. So to recap, we want to wrap up this episode and want you to remember your mental health and your menstrual health are deeply connected. Understanding this relationship is the first step towards empowering yourself to navigate your cycle with greater ease and well-being. By practicing self-awareness, implementing lifestyle strategies, and not shying away from professional support when needed, you may significantly improve your mental health and in turn, your experience with your menstrual cycle. So we would like you just to take a moment after this episode and just really think about one small change you can make, whether it is starting to track your cycle, trying a new stress management technique, or even just reaching out to a friend for support. Just remember, you are not alone in this, and there are effective ways to manage these symptoms and improve your quality of life. So, be sure to like this episode, share it with somebody that you feel like can resonate. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter on our website, and then also head over to our YouTube pages at Kick Cramps Ass and at Pilates for Periods, and subscribe to our channels to keep up with everything related to the menstrual cycle. With that being said, we want to send gratitude out to all of you for tuning in on this good old Menstruation Monday as we discussed how your mental health is connected to your menstrual cycle. And we want to manifest a positive, productive, and peaceful remainder of your Menstruation Monday and your menstrual and wellness journey ahead. We'll be speaking to you on next Menstruation Monday. Peace.